Hi, beautiful women. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for this discussion. This message isn't polished, it's real, it's raw, and it's personal. Actually, tonight, I want to talk to you about a belief that goes against everything that we were taught to do as women. First of all, let me just say that I believe women deserve to feel their pain. One, to acknowledge it. Two, to sit with it. And three, to understand how that pain, that trauma, that experience has helped to define them. We have been taught to push through it, to be strong, to get over it. But can I tell you that strength isn't always pushing through? Sometimes being strong means that we are sitting with what hurts us. We are sitting with it, we are inspecting it, we are grabbing the lessons from it, and we are saying that, you know what? This experience happened, and I am still here. And being here means that I can take the lesson from every experience and use that lesson to harness my power. So we have a choice. And there was a season in my life when I smiled through everything. I share my stories because the Titus 2 woman is called to mentor the younger women. And so you often hear me share my stories because I believe that if we can help the younger generation, if we can help women who are behind coming up, or even if we can help women who may be ahead of us by sharing our story, we can help them to eliminate the disappointment, the pain, the betrayal that we experience. And there was a time in my life where I really did smile through everything. I smiled through the disappointment and acted as if it didn't matter. I smiled through the betrayal and said, okay, well, I see you, I know you, and acted as if it didn't hurt. And I've even smiled through the ache of feeling like I had to hold myself together for everyone else. If you have ever been a caretaker while at the same time being a mother, a wife, running your own business, you know that very often you think about the fact that you cannot give yourself the opportunity to fall apart because people are depending on you. I don't know about you, but I showed up to lead, to serve, and to encourage other people. But inside of me, I was numb from my own pain because I never gave myself permission to feel the pain of what I had actually survived. That was then. Now I embrace the pain every experience brings because I know that that pain is empowering me. Right now, I embrace it because I understand that I will take the lessons and the lessons will help me to become better, to execute easier, to trust my own intuition. The lessons are where the golden experiences are for me. And so I I know exactly what it feels like to not want to process your pain. And that is why it's so easy for us to do frivolous things. And that's why it's so easy for us to want a microwave solution to everything. We want feel good moments because we want to numb the pain. And I want to let you know that pain that doesn't get processed gets buried. I want to repeat that because that is so powerful. Pain that doesn't get processed gets buried. And when we turn that pain that doesn't get processed into being buried, guess what happens? That buried pain turns into emotional exhaustion. You heard me right, sis. Emotionally exhausted. Then we become irritable, we shut down, we even feel disconnected from ourselves and disconnected from God. Why? Because we're not processing what has happened or what is happening. I remember at one point I hadn't cried in a very long time. I had conditioned myself not to care, that it didn't matter, but all of those were fake boundaries that I put up in as a means of protecting myself from other people, but I was also preventing myself from processing. And when when I went through that period of time when I didn't cry, it wasn't because I wasn't hurt, but it was more because I had trained myself to skip over those things. That's just what life is, right? But that's not a true statement. And so many of us, sis, are carrying unfelt pain, pain from our childhood, pain from relationships, pain from betrayal, grief, disappointment, even the pain of being overlooked. And can I tell you that the danger of unacknowledged pain is that it becomes a barrier to intimacy, which gets in the way of relationships, a barrier to joy, which means that we aren't experiencing fullness of life, and a barrier to becoming the best and highest version of yourself, becoming her, the woman that you've actually dreamt about becoming. I want you to know that you cannot heal what you don't allow yourself to feel. Listen to me, that right there is a sermon in and of itself. You cannot heal what you won't allow yourself to feel. And sis, you don't need permission to feel. You just need a safe space to do it. And that's why I'm here tonight inviting you to Restore Her, because at Restore Her, we provide a safe space for women to feel. This is not just a getaway. It's not just a place where you can come and take pictures of you in your luxury vibe or on the sea or at the pool or, in your nice bedroom. No, this is actually a sacred space that we are curating, a space for you to feel and to heal, a space where you can feel what you've been avoiding without judgment, without shame, and without needing to explain. We give you mornings of guided reflection that help you to process what life has forced you to bury. We provide you with evening sessions that are filled with truth, faith, and tears that turn into release. And we have a community of women who will be doing the work along with you. So you know that you are not alone. Oftentimes we think that what we're going through is isolated to us, and it is not. It is so common among us, and you are going to feel liberated when you are in a room of other women who are sharing those very same experiences. This retreat is not dramatic, it's not performative, but it is real and it's gentle. And it's a space where you're going to be held while you feel. You're going to be supported while you heal. Now, if you have ever said these words to yourself, then this retreat is for you. I don't have time to cry right now. I'll deal with that later. If you've said those things to yourself, this retreat is for you because you're not the only one who has ever avoided feeling because it felt like too much. Oh, this is how safe I want you to know this space is. You're not the only one who's ever avoided feeling because it felt like too much. But what if there was one thing standing between where you are and the healing that you need? What if it's just one thing? And we'd love to help you with that. And so, if anything that I've said resonated with you so far, if your heart is saying, this is the space that I need, then I want you to stop waiting. Take action. This is not just a retreat, this is a return to yourself, a return to your softness, a return to the truth that your pain is valid and your healing is sacred. When is this retreat? It is next weekend. The last day to register is Saturday, May 31st. The retreat is June 5th through the 8th. It's going to be on Paradise Island. You are going to have single occupancy rooms with your own bathrooms, the private chef. You're going to have healing sessions, all sorts of add-ons. So if this has resonated with you and you want to register, I encourage you to click the link that's going to be below this slide, register to attend the Restore Her retreat, and come. Stop surviving and start healing. Stop stuffing things down and start rising up so that you can become her. Sis, I want you to know that I love you and I see you. And I am holding space for the version of you that is still tender, still hurting, and still worthy of rest. I'll see you in paradise. Talk soon.